Hello and welcome to my new player's guide on how to get into the Invictus launch week in Star Citizen for 2022. Now this guide is designed for new people who have not played the game before, maybe haven't played in a long time, and just want to go and check out the new ships, take advantage of this free fly week. Basically check things out, see what Orison looks like if you haven't been there. I'm going to teach you the quickest and easiest way to get to the show. So the first thing you need to do when you get to the home screen is go to the Persistent Universe. Star Marine and Arena Commander are both two different game modes. Focus on different aspects of the game. So first is going to take you straight to character creation. Now the way it does it is it has a bunch of preset heads, a bunch of preset features, and you get to mix them together more or less. It has to do with the way that they make randomized faces. It makes it a lot easier as far as data transfer. It makes it so that the individual characters out there in your NPCs do not weigh down the system so much. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to pick a base head that you like, pick a second one that has features that you're looking for, and then you just kind of mix them, mix them up, get a little bit of different features here and there. I mean, you can do the entire face, or you can do individual parts like the eyes, ears, whatever you want to do. You can take skin color off of other ones. You can change the color of your hair, eyes, and all that sort of thing. There's a couple little bugs that you're going to see in my character creation screen here. The hairs, for some reason, on my male model, we get the female. You'll see it goes blonde for no reason here in a second, and then you'll see that I somehow get access to the female heads on my male model. Not sure why that happens. There's a bug for them to fix. So anyway, I'm going to speed this up because this takes a little while. But make a character however you want to make it. Doesn't really matter. You're going to be wearing a helmet most of the time anyway. So yeah. Okay, once you're happy with what you got, confirm your person. And now this part's important. You want to select, you have to go to Stanton as your main system. Then you want to end up in Orison. This is very important because Orison is where the Invictus show is this time. Why they picked it, well, I'll go into my nitpickings on that later as far as, time to fly. But you want to make sure that you are on Orison. It'll make everything a whole lot easier, and you won't have to transfer planets to get to the show. All right, once you've selected Orison, selected as primary residence, and then go ahead and get in the game. Loading might take a little while, but you'll see that there's a lot that goes into this game. A lot has to get loaded into it, and it's graphically pretty intense. So it's not surprising that first time loading in takes a little while. When you do get in, you're going to wake up in bed in a hotel room or apartment. I'm not sure exactly which. But anyway, so as you can see, we're laying around, looking around the room. To get out, just hit the A key, like you're walking to the left, or you can hold down F. It'll give you an interaction thing. It'll say, get up. Go ahead and get out of bed. And then you're going to head over. You could take a look around and see what this is like. It's a little bit laggy on me right here for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. But once you do head out to the door, hold down F. You'll get that open dialogue, and then head on out. And it's nighttime here, so you don't get to see Cloud City as well as you like, or as well as I'd like to show it. But, you can come out, enjoy the scenery. It's a very pretty view. There's a lot of the planets that are fairly pretty. There's a lot of personality each different planet. Personally, my main base is on Microtech because I like how easy it is to get around, how quick you're out into the atmosphere and able to start, quantuming around. But Orison is the newest city so far, and they did a heck of a job. I mean, it's got a lot of the same beauty that you'll find on Microtech. It has a lot of great features. There's supposedly even a spa in this residential complex here that you could take advantage of. I'm not actually sure how you're going to do that in this game, but hey, you know what? It adds a little bit of life to the whole thing. So once you get there, go over to the elevator. Again, hold F to open it up, and then you're going to go down to the lobby. And it's usually a fairly quick little ride here. But yes, you do actually move through the full space. It's not, this door opens, that door This door closes, that door opens, and then all of a sudden you're there. No, the elevators do move through the buildings. Now go ahead and we're going to walk a little bit slow here, and we're going to appreciate the scenery. You know, you have all these NPCs that are moving around on their own paths, doing their own thing, trying to add life to the environment. And as you can see, here's a restaurant on this side. You know, you do have hunger, you do have thirst. It's fairly easy to come on over here, buy some food, you know, eat it, whatever, you know, on your time off. I'm going to walk slow for right now, but I'm going to speed up a little bit. You can use the scroll wheel on your mouse. Increases and decreases your walking speed. Right now I'm just trying to show you a little bit of the view. So once you step outside the habitation building and see this person who's stretching for some reason, you're going to turn right and you're going to head down to the corner of this building. Now, as you can see, it is actually a very big building. There are lots of floors in there. We're not sure exactly if you're going to be able to buy a room in there and store your stuff or whatever you're going to do with all these buildings. So far, it looks like it's just a spawn point, but who knows? Across the way over to the left is the hospital on Orison. If you get hurt badly, you can end up there. If you die, you can end up coming out there. This part of Orison is actually pretty tight. You know, you're not having to wander too far to get to places. So you're at this corner. As you see the showroom and transit arrows kind of punch in the direction. Now, right now they don't have signs as to where to go to get to the show. There are a couple options that they have available. You might have to take transit. This one over here is going to take you to the Providence Industrial Platform, and then eventually comes around. You can see the different routes. This is one of the bigger routes, I believe. And here's the shuttle pulling up right now. You just hop on there, you get in there, and it'll take you over there. It's a pretty quick ride. One of these days we might do a tour and show you this whole town. On the other side, there's your route. On the other side, as you can see, the blue route, that'll take us right back to the spaceport. And that one is on the far side, straight across over here. Now, make sure you pay attention to where that particular shuttle is going. If you look on the sides here, you can see that it is going to the spaceport. Okay, you wouldn't get on a subway in New York without knowing where it's going. Don't get on one of these without knowing where it's going, because you could be on it for a lot longer. It's not so big of a deal on Orison, but when you go to somewhere like Lorville and they have many different trams going many different places, you're going to want to make sure you got on the right one, because some of those rides can be really long on Lorville. So anyway, there are a couple options. You might have to go to that one on the far side that's taking you to Spaceport if they decide to put the show there. If they put it on the Providence Industrial Platform, you're going to need to get on this one. There will be signs. They'll probably add those when they do the update that puts the actual show in world. It's not there yet, so we don't have the signs. So I don't know for sure. But one of my suspected locations is over here. We're going to go to the Crusader Industries showroom, where they show off their creations, and you can actually buy a couple of ships over here if you want to. As you can tell, they're very proud of their C2 Hercules. It's one of the bigger ships out there, one of the bigger transport ships for now. There will be much bigger ones than that, but these actually are fairly maneuverable. They're really good for landing in hot areas, and they have good ramps that make it easy to transport vehicles and so on and so forth. So anyway, I suspect this is where it's going to be. I'm not 100% sure. So you're going to come in, you're going to go on the elevator, and as you see here, they have the showroom floor and they have the lobby area. I have a feeling they're going to add another floor that has the conference in it. I have a feeling that's what they're going to do. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like this building is big enough, and if it's already designed to have big empty spaces like this, then it is very possibly going to be what they're going to do. Okay, and as you can see, here's that actual C2 Hercules that you can buy and you can fly. They do take up space. They are quite large. And then, of course, here's the Mercury Star Runner. Both of these ships are pretty cool. As you can imagine, maneuverability is not as good in the C2 Hercules as it is in the Star Runner. If you're Need to, you can always stop by the bar to get a drink. Alcohol doesn't do anything yet. I don't actually know if you can buy from the bartenders yet. I know it's coming fairly soon, but yeah. And you could go stare at the person leaning against the wall, because that looks like something she'd want to be doing over by the bar, if you get what I'm saying. But anyway, so back to the foyer. So if this is where you get the ship, you see one you want or want to try out, you'll walk up to it, you'll hold the F button, which brings up that kind of interactive thing. You'll see a rent option. Rent the ship that you want to get. Once you get it, you're going to come back out the foyer, come down this way, and then we're going to head over to the spaceport so you can actually get into your ship, fly it, test it out, see how it maneuvers, see what the weapons are like. See if it's a ship you'd be interested in owning. Now you can own it multiple different ways. I mean, no pressure into buying the game right now or anything. But if you wanted to eventually get in the game, most of these ships are going to be available for in-game credits. It might take a while before they are. You'll be able to buy most of them. Oh, cool! This guy's waiting for us. Sweet. And you can also probably rent a lot of them. I'm going to show you a little rental area, which you won't need to rent at the rental area. I'm going to show you during Invictus launch week, because the rentals will be free and you just get them from the showroom. But once you're out of it, you have to go rent from the rental thing. It's going to cost you money. You'll get it for whatever time period you decide, and then you can fly it around. A lot of people like to rent prospectors and go mining, or rent a rock and go mining, because you can make a lot of money that way. Once you get enough money to do good trade routes, it's always good to go get a bigger trading ship, because then you can increase the amount of profit you make in a certain amount of time. Most of the starter ships aren't much in the way of hauling, though they do have some. Well, some of them do have some. A lot of them are more kind of fighter-ish. They're not great fighters, but they can fight, and you can do some low-level bounties and get a few $1,000s that way. Or you can do the little box transports missions. Those are quick and easy. Usually there's no real threats there, so it's a nice little way to make a few $1,000s here and there, and then earn enough to buy or rent the ship that you want that can increase your fleet size. So here we are. We're at the lower level of the spaceport. There they are, showing off their pretty models of the C2 and the Mercury Star Runners. We are here at the thing. So to get to where you can launch your ships, or to call up your ships and then ride them, you're going to have to go into the elevator over here, and then you're going to go to the main floor, the main spaceport floor. Really doesn't take that long. It's a quick little thing you move over here. Oh, by the way, if your elevator isn't there when the doors open, don't get in it. They do have a problem where sometimes the elevators haven't rendered, and if you do get in it, you fall through, and Crusader is a gas giant, and it's a very long fall. So don't get in an elevator that's not there, assuming that it's going to hold you, because it's not. As you can see, the Kraken security team here guarding the entrance to the spaceport, they're kind of just staring at the wall. I guess their job is kind of boring. These guys don't do anything yet. There are terminals right there to pay off any fines you have to pay off. It might help you get better with the law. Okay, up here on the right, this is where, on this planet, this is where you would rent some ships. You'd hold the F key, go to one of those monitors right there. It'll pop up with a bunch of things that you can rent. Now we're getting closer over. If you go continue straight, there's a Chairman's Club thing over there. It doesn't really do anything right now. You can go to the gift shop and buy one of these air whale things. I'm not sure what they are, but since my home's on Microtech, they have a little little penguin thing. So I don't know how I've gotten so many in my inventory, but I have a few. I haven't bought any of these yet, so I don't really need them. But hey, you know, they're cool if you want to add a little flavor to your apartment when you can get one, because we can't get one now. Then go ahead and buy one. So you can also buy a little snack for your flight. You can enjoy the view of Cloud City again. Unfortunately, it's not daytime here right now, so you can't see it as well. But oh well. And then if you're hungry or thirsty, you know, they have restaurants in the airport essentially. So you load up before you're going on a long flight. And now to get to your ship, you're going to go to one of these monitors down here. Again, hold the F key and open her up. It'll call up a list of everything you have access to. Now, this is my son's account, so he's only got a couple of ships. I've never flown an the Argo Cargo before, so I'm going to give it a shot. It is not a sleek starfighter in any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I don't even think it has quantum, which we'll see if that's a problem. Because honestly, I don't know the Orson area that well, and a lot of these flying buildings start to look the same to me. So, yeah, we're going to go and fly the Argo Cargo, give it a shot. Okay, so here we are. We're in one of the hangars. And there she is, the Argo Cargo. Remember how big those two in the showroom were? Yeah, this is not that big. In fact, it's considerably smaller, and it is far less capable. These things' job is to move cargo from bigger ships into stations, or basically moving little bits of cargo around. How they're going to do that and make it so people have to use an Argo Cargo remains to be seen. I'm not exactly sure. To get out of here, you're going to have to contact Orson Landing Services. So you're going to hit F1 to bring up your thingy-mabobber here, and go to comms down bottom left. Go to friends, then you click on the station icon, and then they'll open the door for you. Once you do that, hit the R key. It'll make sure that your ship is ready to fly. Make sure the doors are open, because it is hard to get through closed doors. I do recommend a joystick for this. I believe I fly a joystick that has everything done. I believe just going straight up is Spaceport. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But once you do, you can use a W key to go forward, or you can hit the C button, which puts you on cruise control, which makes the thing fly at its max speed, and you don't have to worry about throttle. It's just going to keep going until you hit C to turn it off. Or you could use your WASD keys and mouse control. The mouse will move the nose around for you. Again, I do recommend that you have a joystick for this and a throttle. It just makes life a whole lot easier, especially if you have one with a lot of buttons on it, because there's a lot that you can do in this game. In fact, there's a setup I want to get has 2 different joysticks plus a throttle, so you can do your up, down, left, right strafes, and then your rolls and pitches on the other one. That'll make it a lot easier to pull a lot of really cool maneuvers. There's a lot of really interesting things you can do, places you can fly. Now, this Argo Cargo is slow, extremely slow. As you can see, I'm going about 85 meters a second, which is extremely slow. So not a fighter whatsoever. But the cool part about this city is you can fly really close to the buildings, and you can go and fly through little things like over here. Again, this ship is extremely slow, so this is not a challenging flight. Just make sure you're going where the crosshairs are aiming you, or you could get yourself into trouble. And of course, you have to make sure that your momentum thing is centered. If you're going to fly through here and something that's a lot faster, it is very doable. Not this maneuver I'm going to pull, but with something faster, you can do this, no problem. I mean, I'm not doing anything right now as far as control inputs, and we're flying through an area that they probably don't want you to fly through. Other more boring planets, they have restricted areas where they'll put you in autopilot, and you'll automatically be sent to basically your death, because The last time I got caught in autopilot, it did not let me out until I don't know what I had to do. I had to either power off or so, I don't know. But essentially, they had problems with it. And I don't know if they still have the autopilot feature, honestly, because I tried to avoid Warville too, just because the landing there was always a pain in the butt. And, you know, it's kind of like how I avoid Orison, because, you know, this is a gas giant, and when I jumped in, as you'll see in one of my other videos, I jumped in, I was about 80 kilometers away from landing, which, you know, it's more of a flight than everything else. Everything else, you drop out about 20 some odd kilometers away from landing. It doesn't take that long to get there. But yeah, so that's why I was a little bit concerned. If you're going to be renting a lot of ships here and flying through, it's going to take a while to get out into space. So now what we're going to try and land this thing. I just want to show you basics of flying around. So to land, it's the same thing. Hit F1 to bring up your Moby Glass. Go to comms, go to friends, communicate with the spaceport. Now, there is a problem, as we have just encountered. Apparently, there are a few bugs left in this thing still, where the landing services do not point out where you're supposed to land. Now, I don't know Orson that well, so I honestly don't even know which one of these is the space station or the landing area. I'm guessing it's this one. I don't know. I was hoping to see an arrow on my HUD that told me to go park here, which I'm supposed to get, and before 3.17 I don't remember that being a problem, but it is a problem now, and I've had it several times in this most recent iteration. I don't know if it's something they want to do where it's like that, but anyway, so I'm gonna fly around a little bit and see if I can find where I'm supposed to land. I mean, I think these look like hangar doors to me, so I'm gonna fly around in my super slow MPUV and see if I can find where I'm supposed to go. This might take a little bit, but hey, whatever. It's a fun little ship to fly, and I have plenty of gas. So what is this up here? It sure looks like this is the space station to me. The downside about the Argo Cargo not having quantum is I can't turn on quantum and find out where the city center is right now, and I also can't turn on quantum, fly away. Well, actually, I probably couldn't do that in atmosphere anyway, but fly away and then fly back. Oh, those look like cool little park on the middle of the clouds. Nice little area. Cool. But anyway, yeah, quantum, you'll use it a lot when you're trying to find locations on the planet and it doesn't really show up. There are a lot of little landing zones where you go and when you start doing cargo runs, you know, you can jump into it, and then if you turn off your quantum, there's no marker on where it is. You dropped out about 20 some odd kilometers away, and now you just know that it's in front of you somewhere about 20 kilometers. And you know, you're coming in from space, and these things can be pretty small. So finding it can be difficult. So it's always nice to have quantum on, because then it'll tell you exactly where you're supposed to be going. And then you just kind of make your way there. And then you should have quantum when you're going to land, and it makes it easier to see the thing once you're close enough to actually see the thing with your eyes. Let's see here. Man, this thing is slow. Okay, so when they don't give you a place to land, an icon for a place to land, here's a couple things you can do. You can try to go away and then come back and re-request landing. Hopefully it works again, or hopefully it works that time. That isn't a 100% thing, and it's really a pain in the butt to do on Orison because of the density of the atmosphere, and you have to get pretty far away to cancel out that landing request, because they'll just say, oh, we already granted that request, you're supposed to land, but you know, we don't know where you're supposed to, we're not going to show you where you're supposed to land. You have to figure it out. Well, this is how you figure out. You go and look at the doors. I've had this happen a couple times on Microtech, which always seems to be a buggy place. It's also kind of laggy because it's, you know, the details are really beautiful, there's a lot going on there. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to go and look at as many hangar doors as we can find, and we're going to look for one that's open. And hopefully that's the one I'm supposed to land at. If not, it doesn't really matter, because I'm going to land there anyway, and they're going to say that they're going to impound my vehicle. But you know what? That just means they're going to store it for me, and I don't have to go and store it anyway. So it works out both ways. So just go look for an open door, and we're going to go... I'm pretty sure this is where you land. So we're going to go and look for that open door. And... ooh, that looks like 3 doors over. This is probably where they send the little guys to go land, is over. You see those 3 doors over there? I'll bet you that's where they send a lot of the little guys to land. Because a lot of bigger ships, they need a bigger landing pad to go onto. The little guys, they just stick them anywhere, and sometimes the doors are pretty small and hard to find. But in this case, you know, hey, we found them. I'm pretty sure we found them. I was trying to look around and see if I could find that shuttle bay that we went into to get here. Oh, it's right down there. Right down on our left is where the shuttles come in. So we were in the right spot. These are not open. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to pull up here. I'm going to have a look-see at the door as best I can. Then I'm going to do a little side strafe and look for the open door. And on this side. Now, while it is a little bit annoying to not know where you're supposed to go, it's really not that big a deal if they open a door for you somewhere. They don't always open a door for you somewhere. If they don't always open a door for you, just go land on the outside of a door and just stay there, and they will impound you, and you will magically appear inside the space station, and your ship will magically appear in storage. Now, you will be impounded for a few minutes, probably. That might depend on the size of your ship. A ship like this, if it's impounded for more than 15 minutes, I'd be really surprised. But that's why you have multiple ships, so you get out another one and just go and do your thing. Or, you know, go have a look around town, go see one of the shops. I didn't show you any of the shops on this one, or we didn't even go to the industrial platform. I don't know what that looks like, because it's been a long time since I've been on Orison, because, well, you know, it's kind of a pain about to get into and out of. I know they're trying to make that better. They're trying to do something where you can go to quantum from inside the atmosphere, which would save about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes of trying to get out of the atmosphere on this planet. I don't know when that's going to be put in game, but when it is, life will be better. Let's check this side. Oh, that door looks open to me. We're going to go land there, whether they like it or not. And since this thing is so slow, I don't really have to worry about my speed. But hey, we're here already, so it's not a big deal. So landing is easy. You just basically fly it into the ground. Make sure you have your gear down. N key is to do gear up and down. They also have an auto landing feature where you hold the N button and the ship will spin around and put itself down for you if you don't want to land. If you're using mouse and keyboard, it might be easier to use the N key. I've used it a few times. I don't have a problem landing, so I don't really need it. So once you land, hit the P button and the I button. It'll shut off the power and your engines. Hop on out, head on over to the elevator, and then we are going to put our ship away. And yes, so make sure your elevator is here. On my other video is this elevator that was not there, and it was very tempting to just run in there anyway and then fall to my death. But no, the other elevator, if that happens, go to the other elevator, it's usually there. So, or you just wait for it to render. Don't go kill yourself on accident. It's annoying. Okay, so then you come in here, Fleet Manager, click on Store, they'll put your ship away, and then, yeah, then you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can just go out and go get another ship out, or hang out, whatever you want to do. So that's the conclusion of my little beginner's guide here. Remember to set your home to Orison, and then you don't have to spend 10 minutes getting here. I hope you enjoyed my little guide. Please like and subscribe if you want some more. I'm going to do more on Star Citizen and showing you around and what you can do, what you can't do. And I put my referral link below. You'll get a little bit of extra money if you do it. Yeah, Good luck in the verse. Hope you enjoy. Have a good one.